Yo, yo. What's good, big dog? It's your boy Dre, and this is Samurai Kennels Sunday Fun Day with Dre. And we're gonna make sure that get my level right, y'all. Get my level right. But I just want to make sure that everybody can hear me. So it's a melee. What's good, big dog? How's Massa doing, bro? When you get a chance, man, send me some updated videos and stuff, man. I'm trying to put together a photo collage of the dogs that I produce and everything, man. It'd be very dope, bro. But it's good to see you in melee. Real. Salute. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all come here. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in. Hit the like button. Make sure if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. It costs you nothing. But yeah, y'all. I got a couple of topics that I posted on Facebook, man. I gotta say, man, like in the last month or two, I've been fooling with Facebook heavy because in reality, people are much more active and conversing on Facebook. Yes, sir, man. I appreciate that, bro. People are much more active and willing to converse on Facebook than some of the other sites. So I definitely appreciate the Facebook community, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're gonna talk about all of that, but like, nah, I fool with it, man. I fool with it heavily. So yeah, man, y'all come on here. My last discussion was the whole like it got everybody involved, and even TG was on the last one. So yeah, man, I'm just letting it build a little bit, letting the notifications get out to wherever they may get to, and yeah, we're gonna cook. Kelly Ozark, what's good, big dog? Salute, big dog. I'm also gonna drop the link for inviting guests. If you're interested in coming on here and dropping your knowledge and thoughts, you know what I'm saying, you can always type it in the chat. But I prefer like live discussion. It's much more engaging for the audience than me just reading comments and stuff. But I was gonna call it the 10 Commandments of Game Dogs, but I don't want to call it that. 941 Rudy said, "Cute dog, thank you." Paul Johnson, salute, big dog. What's good, fam? Yeah, man, y'all get in here. So I'm gonna play this first clip for y'all, man. I'm gonna just go through these things, man, and let y'all see like what's the word? What's the word? You know what I'm saying? What's the word? So this first clip is on my Facebook. It's on the Samurai Kennels Facebook. And so I'm gonna let y'all hear for yourselves. And then I'm gonna go through and discuss it or whatever, because I think that a lot of people they don't know me. Like, you know what I'm saying? They see that all they see is this video and it's their whole opinion, you know what I mean? And so I don't really get that. I'm not a keyboard warrior. I'm not about to type comments out to you to address or to explain to you what I was trying to say. So I'm gonna let y'all hear it, and we'll cook on it. I read out some of the comments and stuff. But Game Dog Talk, 10 things I wish I knew getting into Game Dogs. Let me know if y'all can hear it as well.
Part 1 of 10 things I wish I knew before I got involved with the real American Pit Bull Terrier. Number 1, good people do not always equal good dogs. Bad people do not always equal bad dogs. You can have some of the best, friendliest, kindest, nicest, and honest people who have mediocre dogs. You can have some of the worst, disreputable, pedophilia-loving, rapist, racist that can have great dogs, and everything in between there. If you simply decide a person's worth or character based only upon the dogs they have, you may end up in some really, really uncomfortable situations that you can avoid. What I highly encourage you to do is continue to follow me for more information like this. Part 1.
All right, y'all. So that was it. Basically, I was saying that you like it's good and bad people all throughout the game, and depending on where you at in the game, you can meet both of them. And then I'm gonna scroll through and let y'all see some of the comments. They was kind of light on these. They didn't go in like they were supposed to. On these was good or bad, you know. It just, you know. But here's one. Brother Davis said, man, this is so true. I've met some people in the game that were a-holes for sure. Also on the flip, I met some folks that would treat you like family, and neither is representative of the dogs they have. And that's so true. So true. And these are those are some of the comments they had, man. Yeah. And it says some comments have been filtered out. I don't know how to do much past that.
Shout out to the homie Dan. Individual performance.
Let me find y'all another one. Real quick to discuss. That one was cool, but that one was light. They were light on me on that one. They didn't really go for that one. They didn't really go in for that one, I guess. So okay. So part 2. Here we go. I'm gonna let y'all see it, and we'll discuss part 2. Part 1 was very simple. I don't think I need to explain that one.
10 things I wish I knew before I got involved with the American Pit Bull Terrier. Number 2, not everybody's gonna like you or give you the real information you need. It's your job to decide what you believe and what you don't believe. Don't look to me or anybody on the internet or in person for that matter to tell you what dogs to put together, what dogs to buy, how to run them, how to train them, how to take care of them. You take that information, you chew up the meat, and you spit out the bones, all right? There are parts of things that I'm going to say that people are going to think is completely wrong. Those same people, they will say things that I think is completely right. I may agree with what they're saying, but still not use it because it doesn't work for me or my lifestyle. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But you got to stay out your feelings and think about what logically works for you, your dogs, and whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. That's all that really matters in the end. Because at the end of the day, what you feed your dogs don't make the next man dog's poop. That being said, for more information like this, make sure you're following and go back and check the other videos.
All right. So with that one right there, man, you know, straight up, you know, everybody ain't gonna like you. So I had an argument on this one. This was pretty good too. So I had a little argument on this right here. It wasn't nothing like heavy, but you know, we had disagreement. So he said, hey, when it comes to these G dogs, I don't even know why people use the word train. Think about that real quick. Shouldn't use that word. All right, so let me see. I'm trying to go on. But anyway, so it won't let me show the whole thing. I don't know how it works. I usually do Facebook from my phone. But so that's a good discussion, man. Crockett, what's good, big dog? So the discussion was, I said train in my video, and once again, this is a person they didn't know why it was an honest conversation. Yeah, it was an honest conversation, man. And so the person, what they were saying was, why would you use the word train? Because what they initially heard when they heard train and involving the American Pit Bull Terriers was, you know, the accusations that people trained them to fight. And so I knew exactly where he was coming from, but also that's a small-minded mentality because the word train ain't got nothing to do with training them to do a one specific thing. When you talk about training any other breed of dog, you talk about training the dog to do whatever, you know what I'm saying? So this brother right here, like he meant well. You know what I'm saying? I know he meant well, but he didn't. He was thinking, okay, I'm be real with y'all. I don't know what he was thinking, but I know what he assumed based on what he posted on him. And so he assumed, okay, dude talking about pit bulls, like you talking about training them to do illegal activities. And that stereotypical mindset, it don't have a race or color to it. that stereotypical mindset is mentality of all you can think of is what you're able to do. So immediately when I see that, I'm like, okay, this is not a person that trains dogs, you know. And I ain't not giving a pass and none of that. But what purpose is it to argue with somebody who don't know what they're talking about in the situation, right? Like, and we discussed it, you know. So we discussed it, and I explained to him. I even sent him a link to one of my videos, like, hey, I don't know what you're talking about, but I train dogs, and here's a video of me actually training the dog, like, you know, walking between the legs and walking inside and performing tricks and stuff. And he was like, oh, you know, well, you know, that lingo for most people, you know, and I get most people that lingo does mean, you know, a negative connotation. But I think that the small mindedness of people who think that way really hurt the breed because you didn't do any research. You just got on my post and fired off, which that's what most social media is, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not looking for them random moments of people just like seeing a single thing I said and judging my whole character, my whole persona off of that. And I used to get like real caught up in that. Like I care less now, like, you know, but it's good. It's good. When I get bored, I run to Facebook. I say that right now. When I get bored, I run to Facebook and I run up the discussion boards. I run up the conversation because in reality, they're just more engaging. Like they really win, lose, draw, right or wrong. On Facebook, you're gonna get the smoke you're looking for every day. Every day. YouTube has become more tame. I guess the guidelines stuff made YouTube more tame. It's less entertaining than it used to be. But I'm here on both right now discussing it. So yeah. But I do want to bring that one up and yeah. So another one, shout out to Chrissy. She say, I appreciate the advice. You're so far answering the questions I wanted to ask. I appreciate it, Christy. Thank you. And then I had laughed. Okay, that's what it is. I had laughed at his comment. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought it was funny. Like he came at me kind of crazy. You know, so he said you laugh, but that's the kind of verbiage that the law uses against you. They think we train these dogs to do that. You don't train them that as genetic, you know. And I'm like, all right, like, so that was one of those times where you put me in the same bracket, and he put me in the same bracket as him, and that wasn't the case. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know where he meant. You know, I know what he meant, but it was just one of the things where you don't know me enough to put me in that bracket. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good learning moment. I'm glad that conversation did happen and that we were able to resolve it. But it was a great learning moment because in his mind, he was a person that was able to be reasoned with through his own logic. So I respect that. Now, there's some people I can say, I'm training my dog to do protection work, and they automatically say, pit bull protection work, you're not supposed to do it, right? And that mentality is fine if it works for them. But once you come over here, you know what I'm saying, or anywhere else, like, you don't know what a person's capabilities, qualifications, or aptitude is in a certain area. For you to just speak randomly is insane to me. I can't really fool with a person like that unless they know. You know, if they know, but most time they don't even be knowing. Appreciate wife in the building. She said, Mike Dan in the building was good, big dog. OG Mike Dan, salute. Yeah, man, y'all. I'm reviewing. I'm doing the top 10 things I wish I knew before I joined the American Pit Bull Terrier. It's a series I've been doing on Facebook, and I've been airing it over here, and then letting y'all see like some of the stuff that's been said, you know, and yeah. So even right here, Stephen Pickle says well-trained dog, you know. So Stephen watched the video because in the video, I'm gonna play it with no sound. But Stephen has said, like, Stephen watched the whole video because, you know, some people, they don't watch the video, they just listening to it, you know, and bypassing whatever. But like Stephen watching, he's seeing like, okay, like he's not talking about just training the dog like to fight it or crazy like that. But actually, it's one scene here I think where I'm training with Saki and he doing like, you know, sitting and with the recall and everything like that. Yeah, I got a breeding scene in there too, but whatever, you know. But I'm just showing the multifaceted of the dog. You see me at the dog shows and doing all these things here. And I did it on purpose. This guy Boudreaux in them right there. And another show, another winner, another show, you know. But I share all these things with these people so they can see like, yo, like the dogs look good, they look athletic, you know, and he's doing positive things with the animals. Here it is with Saki training, walking between legs and stuff. So this guy watched that whole video, and then all he took from that video was I said train. All he signaled in on I said train, right? And he signaled in I said train, and to him that was a trigger word. And 90% of the arguments I get in be somebody triggered off a trigger word and not listening to the whole, the entirety of what I'm talking about. All right, y'all. So I got rule number 3 I'm about to play for y'all, and we'll go through that one. I haven't released 8, 9, and 10 yet. I released 7 today for these rules, by the way. This one right here, it did ruffle some feathers, but it's all good. It needed to ruffle some feathers. Check it out.
Rule number 3, 10 things I wish I knew before I got into the American Pit Bull Terrier. And the third rule is you either above ground or you're underground. And what I mean by that is if you're doing things where you don't want attention, where you want to stay low key, then stay out the way. Don't even talk to people like me that's on the internet. But if you're on the internet and you're going to be above ground, you're going to be in the public eye like that, then be in the public eye like that and make sure you're doing only positive and legal things with your animals. Now, I'm not saying the private sector is doing anything illegal. Let's not get that twisted. What I'm telling you is pick a side, stand on what you stand on, and stand firm in doing what you know is right with the dogs. Also, if you like this information, make sure you're following us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
All right, so my dog fraternity brother actually commented on that one. He was saying, he said his thing, man. He said I was always considering myself an outlaw. That's why I kept it in my kennel name. But my goals are the best working dogs in competition. And but he shows that. Like y'all don't know if y'all know this, but that's my brother, Outlaw Texas Kennel right there. And I've done interviews with him. I've been to shows with him. I've seen his dogs work raccoons and hogs. I've seen that. So when he's saying that, like he's not out here saying I'm out here doing a legal thing. He's just saying like he's out here. He out there like that, right? But he is a public kennel, so I'm not about to sit here and like he's in the chat right now. Salute David Valdez. But yeah, man. So with that one, what I was getting at was that was an old conversation that I learned. These are things that I've learned along the way. Hey, K Barkley, what's good, big dog? Hey, y'all, that's a mentor of mine right there, man. Shout out to OG, man. Real shout out. I gotta get a panel of like the OGs, like him, Mike, Dan, and them. I gotta get them on here. Fat Bill, the rest of them. Even the twins. Holler at the OGs and let them talk to y'all too, because my conversation comes from my perspective and my age group. You know what I'm saying? And not even my age group, just me, because I don't really align with most people my age. I got my own thoughts, my own way of doing things. But yeah. So what this one right here was saying was the topic or the caption I gave was you either legal or you're an outlaw. And so what I meant by that was very simple. I'm not about to sugarcoat it. Either you are doing legal things you can talk about on the internet, and it don't matter who find out about you, talk about it because you are protected under your constitutional rights and the law, or you are doing something that is unlawful, i.e., something that's going to make you and your dogs get taken away and go to jail or get your dogs put down, and you're doing that. And if you're doing those types of things, man, I'm not going to tell you to stop. I'm going to tell you I wish you would stop. I really wish you would stop, because these dogs are not limited to just 1 or 2 things that they can do. And there's so many legal things you can do that there's going to be positive, at least for you and your family. I ain't going to say positive for the breed, because, I do what I think is positive for the breed. Some people don't like it. Cool, whatever. But at least it's positive for me and my family. Anybody getting hurt, my kids is happy, my dog is happy, everybody healthy, we all eating good. So that's what I'm saying. My purpose is to show people that these dogs do anything any other breed can do, plus whoop them. That's what I'm here for. That's what I enjoy, and that's what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? So to all the people out there, that's underground, man, like, I'm not telling you I'm mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I don't even have an opinion on dog fight because I don't do it. You know what I'm saying? That's the lane over there. That's his own thing. What I'm saying is, if you doing stuff like that, man, like, be careful. You know what I'm saying? Don't be on the internet. Don't even talk to me on the internet. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't want no I don't want no affiliation. If something goes wrong and you do go down there, I talked to him one time, he must have sent the police. I don't want none of that. I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting y'all know right now that I'm gonna keep doing this because my purpose is to show people how to do positive things with these dogs. And that's not positive in me straddling the fence. So what I'm telling you is if you're doing illegal things, you're doing things to get you and your family locked up or whatever, I don't advocate for that. I'm not mad at you. I understand. Everybody is at a place in life right now where they got to do what works for them and their status in life. And for some people, that's the only way they put food on their table. And that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. But when you get out of that, if you can get out of that situation, get out of that situation and move on to better, bigger, and better things. That's what I'm saying. Don't stay there. That is not a place that you stay at. There is no retirement plan for selling drugs or dog fighting. There's no retirement plan for that. There's none. If you just got to get the experience, go get the experience and keep it moving. But it's not a lifestyle that you're going to live for 20, 30 years now. It's not happening, bro. It's not. You got neighbors looking over the fence. You got this person and that person. It's not worth it. And not only that, but anybody affiliated with you that's not doing it could be indicted with you from a RICO charge. So I'm not playing with it. I don't want parts of it. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how many people try to tell themselves to me, and I'm like, yo, if you're calling me from one video I posted on the internet and you telling me everything about your kennel and your progress with your kennel, good or bad, you know what I'm saying? That is not adequate. That is not appropriate. You know, I have a whole body of work here on the internet, and I'm telling you, it's not appropriate. And if you're doing that with me, I know you're doing it with everybody else. So I'm staying away from you, and I'm telling you, you're going to get yourself in trouble without even trying to. So I'm leaving it at that. But you take that how you want to take it. But yeah, man. Some of these guys, man, what you think is going to impress me is going to get you hemmed up. Because I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm more worried about can the dog look good and then sit down fast. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm more worried about that. Do a running slap meal, or work a spring pole, or work a flirt pole. Those are things I'm concerned with. And can I train it to do the things I want to train it to do? That's what I'm concerned with. So, and I do like to go catch like small game quarry with my dogs. You know, raccoons, possums, small pig. I don't like big pigs. I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. I like my dogs too much. I'm too much of a fur daddy for to go out the real woods. But here in San Antonio, like in my neighborhood, it's coyotes that run. I'll have to get some video for y'all. Like there's coyotes that run through my neighborhood every night. Like when I go to work at 3 o'clock in the morning. Every night it's coyotes outside running around my neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, jumping in people's trash cans and jumping fences or whatever. That's what I keep my dogs for. Just my kids got toys in the backyard. I want my dogs to make sure ain't no raccoons, coyotes, or possums or skunks out in the yard that's gonna cause my kids any grief. My dogs have a job. They dispatch small game and they protect me from weird people, right? So that's the side I'm on. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's cool. I want to give a big shout out to Brother Pitwise. Pitwise Kennels, man, great interview. If y'all not following Pitwise on all forms of social media, you tripping. Make sure you follow him. Also, you got the High Desert Python thing. Follow my brother Dickie Mother Loving Foster at Dickie's Balls, ball pythons, of course. But yeah, man, some great people, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow my brother Schoolcraft Kennel for the exclusive prices on the cowhides. And make sure y'all following Grit and Steel Dog Kennels and Leashes. They just released a new leash, a new collar. Check them out. But and if you want me to plug your stuff in, man, let me know. I want to give a shout out to my brother Croc Bull Kennel as well. If y'all not following Croc Bull on social media, it's CROC and then Bull like BULL like Bull and then Kennels. He's doing a giveaway on August 20th with a $50 giveaway. All he wants is some new subscribers and new followers. Go check him out. He got some good looking dogs. He puts them on hogs and he actually works them. I've seen the dogs put their mouth on a hog and stay there. You know what I'm saying? So he's worth a listen, worth a check out as well. And yeah, man, you get a chance to win $50, man. Like these brothers are starting to give backs. They starting to understand like the community is great for talking, but it's good to get back to it as well. And if you got a little extra bread, you want to drop off and feast my kids for a night, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Papa John's got a 50% off deal right now. I take that $50. Hey, my brother Pitwise to say some real stuff, y'all, man. He said use Pitwise 5 for a discount. I tell you what, Pitwise, I'm about to order a new collar tomorrow. I'm gonna use that discount. I'm gonna use that code, and I hope you get a portion of the purchase price. Kazi needs a new collar. I had to buy a Walmart collar coming here to Texas because she chewed up. She slipped out of her little collar. I had her on the little 2-inch, you know, I'm talking about the little nylon 2-inch collar. She slipped out of that thing and chewed it up so bad, wasn't nothing left but the buckle in the clasp. So yeah, I got to get a new collar. I'm gonna fool with that. And then I will let y'all see the product when I get it. It's a black one they got it. It's a black one they got now. It's supposed to not cause collar rash, and her fur is real thin and fine. And with her being possibly pregnant at this point in time right now, I really want to make sure that she's not gonna be irritated or nothing like that. But let me go ahead and play y'all this video. This is part 4 right here of things I wish I knew prior to getting involved with the American Pit Bull Terrier.
Part 4. Of things I wish I knew before I got involved with the American Pit Bull Terrier. Just because somebody was a dog fighter in the past doesn't make them a dog man. Dog men know about all aspects of the dog: breeding, raising, whelping, maybe even getting into that illegal realm if they chose to, and a school of other knowledge. How to take them in the woods and make them actually catch food. How to take them in the wood and put them on hogs. How to heal them up when they get injured. That's dog man stuff. Now, no disrespect to the box. The history of these dogs is the history of these dogs, and I'm not here to promote anything illegal. But we all know that this breed would not be as great as it is if it wasn't for those men either. So I'm not trying to play them or diminish them, but just because you did one thing well doesn't mean you do all things great. Stay sharp.
All right. So y'all heard what I had to say about that. Part 4, you know what I'm saying? Things I wish I knew, you know. You have to be well-rounded and have a large knowledge to be true to the game, you know what I'm saying? And in this situation right here, man, I've seen a lot of people who, some of them have never bred a dog in their life at all, but they might have handled one, or they might have conditioned one, or they might have, you know what I'm saying, just been on the yard and cleaned up the yard for somebody, but they haven't done the breeding. They haven't done the whelping. They haven't done the selection for the next generation. They haven't done all of that. They haven't had one get injured seriously from an accident, hunting, or otherwise. They haven't dealt with all of these things. They haven't dealt with a broken bone, cancer. You know what I'm saying? But they out here, you know, trying to tell you you're not a dog man because they put one down once or twice, and they were successful in that. Ain't no telling who on the team was doing everything for them. Or maybe there was a whole rounded dog man, but they only knew one breed. You know what I'm saying? So if your homeboy come to you and he got a Yorkie or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Can you help him with that too? Can you help him with a Great Dane? Can you help him with a Dogo Argentina? You know what I'm saying? Can you do all of these things? You know, so I'm not the end all be all to what I call a dog man, but that's what I look for when I say a dog man, or that's what I'm speaking on. You know, can I go to them for medical stuff? Like, I can afford a veterinarian. That's what I'm going. If I can't get to the vet, who am I calling? That's the dog man in my life. If I can't afford to go to a vet for the issue of my dog, who am I calling? That's the dog man in my life. It ain't got nothing to do with how many dogs they match. Not one. Not one of them do I go to because they had a grand champion 30 years ago. There's no purpose for me to go to them unless they have all those other qualities I was just talking about. You know, and I say what I say, I stand on what I say, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'll read out some of them comments as well, you know. So I say, oh, so brother right here put rest in peace, Uptown Rod. Rest in peace, Uptown Rod. He's that real dog man. Then I seen on here where it say, this is one of my homeboys back home. He said, just wanted to tell you I'm proud of you, bro. I saw your passion for these dogs way back in the day. I always knew you'd be the one to do something special with it. Now, I don't know if y'all know this, but like some of these people in my chats and stuff, like they really know me. Like it's really like that. Like we grew up in the world together. And so when y'all see these things, man, like these are people who like they see me since I was back there rolling them, you know what I'm saying, rolling them with the neighbors and all that. So just doing wild. I was wild, right? I was wilding out and doing some crazy stuff, man. And yeah, they see me grow. I be getting messages all the time from my homeboys and people that grew up where I grew up, and they know me. You know what I'm saying? Like They know me. Come on in. You good? So the next video I'm about to share with y'all is it's a video I did because a guy asked me a question, right? 90% of the stuff I do, like if it's talking about pedigrees or bloodlines, I ain't really personally like I can read a pedigree, I can talk about it, but a lot of the hate I get comes from these questions by like I would say people like me that's green. You know what I'm saying? Like I answer their question and somebody get mad at me for answering their question when you know good as well that uh that these are the kinds of questions that newbies are going to ask regardless. And being somebody that I haven't forgotten when I was new back in 03, 04, I haven't forgotten when I was new. So I don't mind answering them. I haven't gotten old enough or tired enough of these questions yet to stop answering them. And so when people come in there with they little like sly remarks, or whatever, like one, it do make me feel a type of way because most of them like they wouldn't if you're not disrespectful. I feel you know what I'm saying. Now mind you, ain't nobody supposed to care what you feel, think, or believe. You're not supposed to worry about what you know and what's true. But I think I feel and I believe that most of these people that say this stuff on the internet, they just be trolling or they're just internet people, or internet personalities. But like when you see them in real life at a dog show, they're the same type of people that walk up to you and shake your hand. I think that's disingenuous personally. I keep the same etiquette and decorum online that I do in real life. And to some people, they think they're soft, but I'm like, no, like it's like I really crash out if I have to, but you won't. You talk that talk on the internet. It's like you're like a rapper. You're like a figurehead on the internet. You know, that's why you don't show your face or use your real name because the things that you do, you know, in real life, those things are not acceptable. And so I'm like, no, I want to be known. I want people to see me, and I want people to say that dude on the internet is really like that. You know what I'm saying? That dude on the internet is really like that. Like everything he said, he's like that, and then some. Like he's really a solid guy. And so I appreciate that, Mike Dan. Everything that I say, you know, is really solid and really like that. And but on this next one, I'm about to go in and talk some. I'm gonna talk some trash or whatever. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned after I play this next one for y'all.
What's good, big dog? Hey, so I got a question on here, and one of my followers asked me if the Mayday blood would go well with the Eli blood, and I had to tell him that, hey man, Eli's already in Mayday. At least if the pedigree is where it reads, all right? And so once again, we know these dogs are 30, 40 years old, but I'll explain it to you real quick. If you look at the Mayday pedigree that is posted to the public, that pedigree says that there's a dog in the bottom called Anderson's Auburn. If you look at that Auburn dog, I'm gonna put it here on the screen for you. If you look at that Auburn dog, that dog has Walling's Bully Son in it and Eli. Yeah, man, stay vigilant. If you're interested in the blood, man, and you got questions, man, there's a lot of people that talk about pedigrees and stuff. I could care less about the pedigree, but I am able to read them, and I just want to share that with you, big dog. Have a nice day. Well,
all right, so this post got me a lot of hate. And one of the first things people were saying was they were saying that, oh, you didn't answer the question. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the things. I did answer the question. Maybe you ain't if you can't get the inference that I was talking about. He asked me that I think Eli made it with if that would go together. And I expressed to him that Eli was already in Mayday. Because like I don't know if y'all know this, but for them reels, they typically want to keep them at a minute or less. So I'm not about to sit here and break down everything that I saw in that pedigree, but I was getting straight to answer his question. And the question was, do you think Eli Mayday cross will work? And I was just letting the brother know, hey, it's already there. You'll just be bringing it back up close. And so what most people say is, it's back in the 7th, 8th generation. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you why that's may or may not be true. I believe everything 10 generations up plays a role in the dogs. RBG was a good big dog. I believe everything 10 generations up has an influence on the dog. It depends on how it expresses itself. So, yes. Is it trace amounts? Yes. But I'll give you an example. You can have a person of any color that has a different race 5, 8 generations back, and it can skip several generations. For an example, you could have a black person that has Irish in them, and you might have a redhead or a freckle-faced black person come out 6 generations later, you know, but it's only in there one time, but it's enough to affect that, right? Or one of the questions that was asked me literally on this post was, well, do you look like your mother's ancestors? No, but I do look like my father's ancestors. I have a gap. My kids have gaps. My father has a gap. My grandfather had a gap. My great-granddaddy had a gap. His daddy had a gap. You know what I'm saying? That is a trait that, even though, because like basically like we're not inbreeding on family, so because we're not. Hey, you see no lie, right, baby? So I'm trying to hurt you. But so I from my kids to me, that's one generation. From me to my dad, another generation. That's 2. Daddy, my granddad, that's another generation. That's 3. And they spread across over 4 generations, right? 4 or 5 generations, and it's a consistent trait. So I'm a person that's bred from a family that has a dominant trait. So I know what dominant traits look like. And if you don't, and we're not inbred, you know what I'm saying? So for a person to say that to me, to me they sound ignorant because I'm a living example of that. So like, first thing I check when my kids is born, I check their gums because the imprint of the gap is already there. You know what I'm saying? So some people it's a defect. You know, your teeth should be put together. That's a natural thing. But that is a dominant trait of my family they're gonna have. That's why when I talk about like Jeep dogs or Honey Bunch dogs having that little black arrow on their tail, it don't matter that Jeep is 9 generations back. That is a trait that they done bred the red boy dogs, they bred over here, bred over there. But even though, with all the crosses, that trait stayed the same. That's a dog that holds that trait in a dominant pattern. That's what I'm talking about when I'm going in these directions, whatever. But some of these people, they don't even know who their real daddy is because their mama lied to them. So they're growing up, they didn't learn these traits about themselves. They don't know why their daddy do things one way, they do things another day. It's because your real daddy, the milkman. And if you knew your real genealogy, then what would really happen is I see what you're talking about. Like, you know, they said my great-great-grandma had blue eyes. Ain't nobody else in the family had blue eyes in the last 3 generations, but my daughter got blue eyes. That's where that comes from. That's where that comes from. And only people that got real familial ties and understand human genetics are even gonna be able to positively without college education and learn all these different things about chromosomes and all that stuff. It's really gonna be able to understand what I'm talking about right now. But just talking like straight facts, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody on here seen the Maury show. You know, the baby look like the daddy, baby don't like that, whatever, give me the blah. But when there's certain things just stand out, certain traits that are dominant like that, like it don't even make me question it, you know what I'm saying? And I got 2 different, I had 2 different wives. Both my kids from 2 different women all got gaps. You understand what I'm saying? Like, boom, I'm potent when it comes to that because my family's potent in that. So I don't care how many generations back certain things is, do it still have the traits today that the dogs originally had the traits of. And I'm not the one that came up with that idea of the stuff on their tail. That was told me by some OGs that Honey Bunch had that. I didn't even notice Honey Bunch had that marking until you know, some OGs told me that actually seen her. So now with my dogs, on my puppies, when I'm making my selections, I look for the ones that carry that. Because does that mean they're gonna act like and be hardcore like Honey Bunch? No. But it's a good characteristic or it's a good thing that a good trait that was carried over that may indicate they may have that potential more than the other puppies in the litter. Not saying the other puppies don't deserve regular milk too. Additionally, another thing that was called out in that post was they had said, well, the pedigree ain't right anyways, ain't no Eli even in there. And literally what I said in the beginning of the post, like the first 15 seconds was, if the pedigree is correct, or if the pedigree is as written, then this is how it is. So what I was getting at was, even if Mayday's pedigree is not what they posted or what they sent out, the way I'm interpreting it is correct. I don't care if it's real or not. If you look at Mayday, and you look at where I went to Auburn, and then I click on the Auburn dog, and it shows you Eli and Blind Billy. You know what I'm saying? Then some other dudes that they're pedigree connoisseurs, I guess. They're like, yeah, Blind Billy is in there and Spook is in there too. And I'm like, you can see that. Matter of fact, let me play the video as we going, and maybe I get to that part. You can see Blind Billy and Spook on the portion of the pedigree that I showed on the screen. The reason why I didn't address those was he asked me specifically for Eli. Specifically for Eli. So I was being very direct and keeping it brief, you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, you can that dog is loaded with Boudreaux dogs, that Auburn dog, Boudreaux and Carver dog, right? And so they like, yeah, he got Carver in there too, and this, that, and third. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, man. There's Patrick's blood in there, you know, there's a little Tater. All of that is in there. You can see it on the screen when I'm showing that. But these people be so busy about worried about being right. They be so worried about being right that they don't let you get it right. So right here, I don't know if y'all can see that, but it has, you can see Boudreaux spook on there. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you can see the Eli, the Wallens Bullets. That's in there. And if you click back beyond that, it's even more Boudreaux dogs in the pedigree. So of course, if that whole family is in there, that gives a higher chance of you getting that internet lottery hit. But they just wanted to argue. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just want to argue on the internet. I ain't mad at them. So one person did give me my flowers. They said, Bam Mitchell said, after hearing this video, I had to subscribe because you did something a lot of dog men don't do, and that's take the time to do. And that's actually show people how to read pedigrees. I'm just speaking for those who are trying to learn the right way. And that's all it is. Now, mind you, a lot of people get on my they get on my head because they're like, well, Dre, you know better than that. You know this pedigree is real. I don't know who pedigree is what. I don't. If I like the dog, I look into the pedigree and I move forward based upon that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I had a whole argument about Honey Bunch as well, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know. So this brother say, if it's more than 4 generations back, it's not in high percentage in the blood anymore. Especially if it's not line bred or, man, let me tell y'all something, bro. Let me tell y'all something about that too, because I think that's funny. Even if it's 4, 6 generations back, whatever, I guarantee you, if it said Yorkshire Terrier in there, you would feel some type of way. That may keep you from purchasing that dog no matter how much you like it, if you one of these pedigree connoisseurs that I'm talking about. Or let's say it said Beagle, you know what I'm saying? And you know it's a Beagle. Like, ain't no question it's a Beagle, but it's so far back, it don't matter, right? It's so far back in there, it don't matter, right? That's what you said. That's what you said. So, hey, you know, these people, they be talking themselves into a corner when it comes to argue with me because I'm listening to what you're saying, bro. I'm reading what you're saying. Then this brother right here went completely off. Like this brother right here, like these brothers don't even be on top. I know y'all niggas stuck in school. So this man, like, you know what I'm saying, no disrespect to him, but he said pedigrees don't matter because you can have a grand champion and don't throw nothing. Then you can have a non-match one and become a ROM. What did that have to do with at all with the topic of the video? Like some of these brothers just be wanting, like they'll see the video doing numbers, right? I'm be real with y'all. They'll see the video doing numbers and like, I just want to be part of the conversation. I want to be heard. And like, bro, like I understand. But y'all brothers got strong opinions. Really, what you could do is do the same thing I know. You could post your own video. You could do a response video to my video. You could post my video, stitch my video, and do a response to the video. And people that agree with you are going to agree with you. The real thing is, though, some of y'all just be trolling, or you know that you, in your real life circles, you've been corrected on these topics, or the way you address people, or the way you talk about different topics, right? You've been addressed in real life. So what happens is you didn't get the message, so you come online and you let your feelings out online, but you don't hurt me. You don't even hurt yourself. You just there. You're just an NPC, a non-playable character, right? But I get it though. You know what I'm saying? I get it because why should I be able to do something why should I be doing something that you feel like you should be doing? Right? Why should I be doing something that you feel like you should be doing? So anyways, I'm gonna play y'all part number 5 now. Here's number 5 of 10 things I wish I knew before I got involved with the American Pit Bull Terrier. Hold up.
I wish I knew before I got involved. Part 5, things I wish I knew before I got involved with the American Pit Bull Terrier. Trash talk is a part of the game. If you don't like trash talk, then you might never make it in this game. I'm gonna tell you right now, as a person that was super sensitive when I got in, I got my feelings hurt a lot because people said things that I thought ought not be said, but that don't make them right or wrong. What it does make you do is it makes you very competitive, it makes you stay in there, it makes you stay in the fight, it makes you keep grinding, keep on bulldog. At the same time, you gotta learn how to fire back because some of these people need to be put in their place. I done checked a lot of people who thought they knew a lot about a lot of things, and I've been checked by a lot of people who I didn't think knew more than me. But at the end of the day, it's not about who knows more or who knows less. It's about being true to yourself, sticking to your guns, and keeping your word. Stay sharp.
All right, so that one right there, man, like, you know what I'm saying, don't let it go over your head, you know. But trash talk. I'm not, and y'all know this. Those y'all who really been fooling me on the internet, y'all know, like on YouTube when the old heads, you know, they be talking their trash, I get quiet because um I'm just now in 2026 being okay with saying something disrespectful publicly, right? Like it's never been fear. Like I've always been willing to defend what I got to say, but it's been like I've always been like let my actions speak for me. But sometimes they don't know enough about your action or haven't seen your work enough. I put in enough work now, just talk to talk, right? And so they don't know anything about me. So I'm like, okay, we just firing off. You don't know me, I don't know you. So we just firing off. It's just the dozens at that point. We just clowning. Tony, what's good, big dog? Big Tony in the building. But nah, at that point, we just doing the dozen. We just clowning. You know what I'm saying? You firing off, I'm firing off. And we're gonna see who strike. But my goal, when y'all see me go in some of these comments, I be going to people hard now, y'all. My goal is to be a 13th reason. I'm trying to be your 13th. If you go with me now, I'm trying to be your 13th reason. You understand me? And for those of y'all who don't know, they usually say there's about 13 things that happen before a person off themselves or they self-delete, right? You know what I'm saying? Before they unalive themselves. And if you come to me for no reason, I hope to goodness I'm your 13th reason. I'm trying to be. Because at the end of the day, you know, I just like I believe in old school. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. But once you open up your mouth and you go low, I'm going to hell. I used to not be that way, and like I had brothers around me that was telling me not to be that way. But I'm telling you right now, I live my life. I sleep so much better at night, knowing I got my rocks off when I need to, and I don't always do it. You know what I'm saying? If I think a person is really on the edge like that, they can't get to me, so they might harm somebody else. I'm not gonna put that out there in society for my kid to get hurt because this person on the internet and I embarrassed him. You know what I'm saying? In a chat room or something like that. Like that's crazy. But nah, man, you know the ones like they come around every time I'm live or every time I make a post, they there. Oh yeah, they get me. They like me. They like me so much they hate me. So yeah, I'm giving them the business on online. You know what I'm saying? Online, they getting the business. But let me hook y'all up with number 6. And then after that, we got number 7. And then after that, I open the panel if anybody want to come on and chop it up. But I'm gonna just keep it around an hour. Sunday is the only day I'm off right now, y'all. Oh man, Uncle Buck and Bill, what's good, big dog? Salute, big dog. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But this is number 6 of things I wish I knew before I got involved with the American Pit Bull Terrier.
Number 6, things I wish I knew before I got involved with the American Pit Bull Terrier. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. Every story I have ever heard or told about the American Pit Bull Terrier, every single one of them, every single one. Some people say Jeep was a curve. He was about to jump the box, or he went against champion Homer. Some people say Jeep was a solid dog. The same dog, 20 different stories. Red Boy. They say that Red Boy was unknown, or his breeding lineage is unknown. Some people say it's true to life. Frisco and a bunch of other dogs are the same way. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. Just because you see 2 dogs put together in a picture, don't mean them dogs actually took. You got to do the research for yourself, believe what you want to believe, and breed and train and live based upon that. Stay sharp.
All right, so that one right there was, you know what I'm saying, believe half what you see and none of what you hear. Rule number 6. And I stand firm on that. Do y'all know I have never posted a pedigree that somebody, OG didn't come to me and say, hey man, you know they ain't really had a dog with bred. Not one. And the crazy thing, they're all famous dogs. We all, like, everybody got them in their pedigree. Every one of y'all got it in y'all pedigree. It's dogs that have discrepancies on it, on how they're supposed to be bred or whatever. And so that's why I'm like, man, you know, at this point, I don't trust none of them. I don't trust nobody. Because what makes it hard to believe is it's not that they couldn't be telling the truth or they could be lying. It's who's telling me these things. These are people that I really like. These people who taught me how to read pedigrees. These people who give me dogs, they're telling me these things. Like they gain nothing. They gain nothing from telling me these secrets about these dogs. So I'm like, I don't know who to believe anymore. So I have to move forward with what I know, what I can see. And only half of that is valuable because at the end of the day, maybe I'm getting the traits I want, but it's not coming from where I think it's coming from. That's what I say, half of what you see and none of what you hear. because I got guys that I respect. They don't like each other. They will never tell the truth on each other, but they tell the truth about everything else but each other. I know men like that, and it's just like the competitive spirit between them is so big. They'll never let the other man get an edge on them. I don't care if it's verbal, if it's physical, if it's dogs, if it's money. They'll never let the other man get an edge on them if they can help it. And that's just the game. You know what I'm saying? So believe half what you see and none of what you hear. So Dean Bell says, for example, okay, he says Jeep did jump the box. That's a fact. All right. So he says that one of my mentors actually does say that. He agrees with it. He said Jeep is a curve. But my mentor also had Jeep dogs in his pedigree. So I'm like, what are you talking about? And then so then Schoolboy came on my live like a year ago, and I brought the same topic up about, Jeep possibly in the box jumper and refuted all of that. You know what I'm saying? And refuted all of that. So I'm like, okay, I trust both of them. They've never given me a reason not to believe in them. It just as an example. Why would I not believe either one of them? They've never lied to me before. And they have different opinions on a dog that I like, or a historical dog that I like. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. The only reason why papers even matter, it has nothing to do with the lineage behind the dogs, y'all. Like, just being real, because you don't know. And if you think you know, you tripping. If you think you know, you tripping, because who you gonna trust? Who do you really, really trust besides yourself? Right? So if I like the way the dog look and it looks like the dogs that were in the pedigree, I'm probably gonna go for it. You know what I'm saying? If I like the way it act and it act like the dogs in the pedigree, I'm probably gonna go for it. But at the end of the day, man, like the only reason I even need papers at all have nothing to do with selling dogs. It has nothing to do with selling dogs. The only reason I need papers is I want to be able to show my dogs in the show ring and show how conversationally sound they are. Other than that, I don't need my papers do nothing for me. They do nothing for me. Because I look for performance, but I look for if the bloodlines line up, if it's tighter, if it's loose. You know what I'm saying? I look for, do I like the dogs? So, number 7, I just posted this one this morning. Shout out to my man K-Bar Clay. He was in there. You know what I'm saying? Big shouts out to OG. But yeah, I'm gonna share this with y'all, and then we wrap it up.
7 things I wish I knew before I got involved with the American Pit Bull Terrier. Shout out to Schoolboy Richard Garcia, by the way. Number 7 is the way you take care of your dogs says more than anything you're going to verbally speak out of your mouth. The way they look, the cleanliness of your yard, the activities you have them involved in, all of these things matter. And if you think that what you say matters more than what people see, you tripping. I know guys that have no skin in the game, like me, no skin in the game, but produce good dogs because they care for them appropriately and make sure they have the things they need. I know guys that, historically speaking, would have what are considered better dogs, but the upkeep, the maintenance, the dogs got fleas, they got sun sores, they're not being cared for appropriately, they're gonna end up in animal control because your neighbor's gonna call the laws on you. So how you care for your dogs is more important than what people think of you or what you got to say about yourself. Stay sharp. Number 7, things I wish I knew before I got in.
All right, so long story short, man, keep your dogs clean, man. Take care of them. If they get injured or something like that, you know what I'm saying? If they need aftercare, get them the aftercare they need. Make sure you get it documented if you take them to a veterinarian. Make sure you have the documentation. Like I said, I had dogs with scars on them, but I took them to the vet. Animal control came by the house. They saw my documentation. They left. You know what I'm saying? That was it. It was very simple. A dog had an issue, and I got to take it care of. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you can't afford a vet, but make sure you have the medications on hand that are lawful to have in your possession. You know what I'm saying? Some medications require prescription, but the ones that are lawful, and, hey, maybe you hog hunt. Like, hey, I got staples. I got all this stuff, man. I got IVs, all this stuff, but I hog hunt. Here's a hog skull, or here's a picture of my dog with the hog and the vest on, or without the vest, if you hunt without vest, however you do it. And this is what I do with my animals to catch food for my family, And so, yeah, man. But taking care of your dogs, man, that's the most important thing you're gonna do in this game. Bump what I'm saying, bump about breeding, training, all that stuff, man. Before you get into any of that, man, make sure your dogs are happy and healthy, bro. That's step number 1. And yeah, I actually got to go put a video together now, man. I'm starting back doing my Sunday weekly wrap ups on Samurai K9. I just treated my yard. People always ask me all the time, what do you do for fleas and ticks? Let me tell y'all something. Y'all niggas be spending way too much money, bro. I'm a Walmart millionaire. Let me tell you. So I got this stuff I get from Walmart. You hook it on your water hose, you spray the yard down. Now, mind you, if you live deep in the woods, this stuff ain't about to work for you. It's not. I live residential. So the majority of fleas and ticks in my area come from coyotes, raccoons, possums, squirrels, and skunks, and cats, like wild cats in the neighborhood. The woods aren't thick with animals for them to feed on. There's not a lot there are deer that run through the neighborhood, but it's not thick with them. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not animals just all over the place for them to breed and lay larvae in, whatever. So basically what it is, you know what I'm saying, my dogs are only exposed to, mosquitoes, flies, and animals that are able to jump my fence to get in my yard. So this treatment right here does great for fleas, ticks, ants, and flies. And I can do it twice a month. I can do two treatments in a month. Even though they do a treatment once a month after the grass is cut, I like to treat it again. So we get the grass cut probably Wednesday, Thursday this week. But I'm gonna make a video and I'll let y'all see it. It's a little black bottle from Walmart. It's called Trecticide or something like that. It's out there in the hallway. My wife's in mine. We're in my new studio. So before I had a place called a dog house. Not a room in my house for the dogs. It's called a dog panel. You know what I'm saying? It'll be in my video when I post it on this afternoon as well, y'all. But it's Triazicide. Triazicide. It's a specticide. But yeah, man, Walnut, PA was good, big dog. So yeah, y'all, that right there is gonna take us out for the day. I just want to get back on this internet thing and kick it with y'all, man, and have something to talk about. And I believe that these topics that I'm doing on Facebook are really, really easy conversation pieces. If you're set up who you are, they shouldn't even be triggering to you because you either agree or you disagree. But that's it. There is no argument, nothing like that. I will be posting. When the next Digital Dog Show is. I finally got obviously I'm on my computer again, so I finally got my internet up and running in my house, my Wi-Fi. Yeah, man, we was having struggle with that. The AC had went out when we first got here, and the Wi-Fi wasn't on, and some old stuff, man. But we settled in now, and I'm enjoying the job again. I'm also now, I'll be dead tired. I'm back to working 6 days a week again, from 3 a.m. to like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And when I get off, all I want to do is eat, sleep, spend time with the family, my dogs, and repeat. And then on Sunday, by this time on Sunday, I'm rested enough to get on the internet and kick with y'all. But I'm back to being a military training instructor. That's the Air Force's version of a DI or a DS, Army or drill instructor or a drill sergeant. And that's what I do. And so, yeah, man, I'm happy to talk to y'all again, man. I think Sundays is going to be probably my only day for a great while that I'm even available to get on here and do these talks like this. But, if y'all got my number, you can reach out to me anytime. And, we can talk dogs, It might be, and there's another thing, too. I want to say this very, very clear. I'm not the nigga you call when you want to have a 3-hour conversation about dogs. I'm the brother you call. I would put, I'll stop 20, 30 minutes maybe of my day. But like I just told you, I work a lot of hours and I got kids, I got responsibilities at home too. And so I don't mean to be very, very short, but I need to be very, very concise with my conversations to accomplish what I need to accomplish and to make sure my family gets to the best version of me they can get. But with that being said, I'm gonna end this with the Christian watchword and we'll get out of here. May the Lord watch between you and me while we are absent, one from another. Amen. For the love of the dogs, for the love of the game. Peace.
Yeah. Beat drop slow, head not flow. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breed for clout, we breed for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Start with Boogeyman, ghost wrist and a chain. Locked in the game, never move for fame. Old mountain lions run deep in the flame. Sock about the fire, Michonne brought the name. Then came Fat Boy, muscle in the frame. Man, hard, put respect on the name. Shotgun smooth, but the work insane. Sugar sweet jit, but a bite ain't tame. Kiki in the back, had a game in the veins. Gatorade heavy, ran it straight through the rain. Red ninja close, watch him work in the lane. Renegade rider can't hold that chain. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Saki from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breed for clout, we breed for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Ain't no luck, just grit and grind. Every dog here put work in time. Lady Rage got that fire in her eyes. Red alert taught us how to recognize signs. Blood heavy like a 2-ton chain. Everything proven, no need to explain. They asked what's in it, that yellow campaign. Built off real, we don't fake no strain. Second with the flame, Michonne lit the wick. If you know, then you know that line too slick. From the field to the show, every move so thick you can't blueprint this. It's the legacy pick. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Second from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breed for clout, we breed for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die.